Have you noticed your fuel bill creeping up, even though you haven't changed your driving habits? The truth is, your car might be betraying you from the inside. Modern vehicles rely on a complex web of sensors to keep the engine running efficiently. But when even one of them gets dirty or starts failing, your gas mileage can drop like a rock. Most drivers don't even know these sensors exist, let alone how much money they're costing. Today, I'll reveal 7 hidden sensors that are quietly killing your MPG and show you how simple cleaning or replacement can make your car feel brand new again. Stay tuned until the end, because number 7 is the most overlooked culprit that wastes fuel without you ever realizing it. Let's dive in. Number 1, mass airflow (MAF) sensor. The mass airflow sensor is one of the most critical components in your car's fuel system. Its job is to measure the amount of air flowing into the engine so the ECU can calculate the correct fuel mixture. When it's clean, your car delivers the perfect balance of air and fuel, giving you smooth performance and great MPG. But over time, dust, pollen, and oil residue coat the MAF sensor's tiny wires or film, making it read inaccurately. A dirty MAF sensor tricks the ECU into sending too much fuel, creating a rich mixture that guzzles gas. The good news? You don't need a mechanic. A simple can of MAF sensor cleaner, costing under $10, can restore it in minutes. Many drivers see up to 20% improvement in gas mileage after cleaning theirs. If your car feels sluggish or your fuel economy has suddenly dropped, the MAF sensor is often the first place to look. Number 2. Oxygen O2 sensor. The oxygen sensor is like your car's breathing monitor. Located in the exhaust system, it measures how much oxygen is left in the exhaust gases after combustion. This information tells the ECU if the engine is burning too much or too little fuel. When O2 sensors work properly, they keep your engine efficient, emissions low, and MPG high. But over time, carbon deposits from unburned fuel coat the sensors, or the sensors simply wear out. A failing O2 sensor will cause the ECU to dump more fuel into the engine than necessary, creating a rich fuel condition. The result? Poor gas mileage, black smoke, and sometimes even engine damage. The kicker is that many people drive for months with a bad O2 sensor without realizing it. Replacing one costs about $100, but it can save you hundreds in wasted gas. In fact, the EPA estimates that fixing a bad oxygen sensor can improve fuel efficiency by as much as 15%. Number 3, throttle position sensor, TPS. Think of the throttle position sensor as the translator between your foot and the engine. It monitors how far you press the accelerator pedal and signals the ECU to inject the right amount of fuel. When the TPS is clean and accurate, you get smooth acceleration and optimal fuel economy. But a dirty throttle body or worn-out TPS can send false signals. Sometimes it tells the ECU that you're pressing harder than you actually are, which leads to excessive fuel injection. Other times, it causes hesitation or jerking because the ECU isn't sure how much fuel to deliver. The worst part is that a bad TPS often doesn't throw a check engine light until it's really bad, so you might be wasting gas without knowing it. Cleaning the throttle body and checking the TPS once or twice a year can restore both performance and mileage. It's a simple DIY job that takes about 30 minutes, but can save you hundreds in the long run. Number 4, engine coolant temperature sensor, ECT. This sensor does more than just tell your dashboard gauge how hot your engine is. It's actually a key player in fuel management. The engine coolant temperature sensor lets the ECU know if the engine is cold, warm, or fully heated. Why does that matter? Because a cold engine needs a richer fuel mixture to start and run smoothly. But once the engine warms up, it should switch to a leaner, more fuel-efficient mix. If the ECT sensor is faulty, your ECU may think the engine is always cold. That means it will constantly inject extra fuel, just like during startup, causing terrible gas mileage. Many people blame spark plugs or air filters when their MPG drops, but a failing ECT is often the hidden culprit. Replacing one usually costs less than $40, and the improvement in both fuel efficiency and engine performance is immediate. If your car feels like it's drinking fuel more than usual, don't overlook this small but vital sensor. Number 5. Manifold absolute pressure, MAP, sensor. The MAP sensor measures the pressure inside the intake manifold, giving the ECU an idea of how much load the engine is under. Based on this data, the ECU adjusts ignition timing and fuel delivery. If the MAP sensor is dirty, clogged, or failing, the ECU receives inaccurate information. That usually leads to running a richer mixture, burning more fuel, and even causing rough idling. Many people ignore the MAP sensor because it's out of sight, but when it fails, fuel economy can drop dramatically. Cleaning it with electrical contact cleaner or replacing it altogether is cheap and easy. A healthy MAP sensor doesn't just save fuel, it also ensures smooth acceleration and prevents misfires. If your car has become sluggish, especially uphill, and your MPG has dropped, the MAP sensor might be the one quietly sabotaging you. Number 6, knock sensor. The knock sensor is like the ear of your engine. It listens for abnormal vibrations or detonation, commonly known as knocking or pinging, and signals the ECU to adjust ignition timing. This keeps your engine safe and efficient. But when the knock sensor is faulty, the ECU often overcompensates by retarding the ignition timing too much. That prevents knocking, but it also makes the engine run weaker and less fuel efficient. In short, you'll burn more fuel to get the same power. Worse, a failing knock sensor rarely gives obvious symptoms besides poor MPG and reduced performance, so most drivers don't suspect it. Replacing a bad knock sensor isn't expensive, and it can instantly restore lost efficiency and power. If your fuel economy has dropped and your car feels sluggish, this sensor might be the reason why. Number 7, evap purge valve sensor. Here's the most overlooked fuel economy killer, the EVP purge valve sensor. Part of the evaporative emission control, Cherry evap system, its job is to recycle fuel vapors from the tank and send them back into the engine to be burned. When it works correctly, no fuel goes to waste. But if the purge valve sticks open or the sensor malfunctions, those vapors escape into the atmosphere instead of powering your car. That means you're literally losing fuel without driving a single mile. Worse, a bad purge valve can cause rough idling, stalling, and a persistent check engine light. Most drivers ignore it because they don't realize how much it impacts MPG. Replacing or cleaning it is inexpensive and can recover a noticeable amount of lost fuel economy. If your mileage has dropped and you smell fuel around your car, this sensor should be at the top of your checklist. And there you have it, 7 hidden sensors that could be draining your wallet every time you fill up. Keeping these sensors clean and functioning isn't just about saving gas. It's about keeping your car running at peak performance for years. Ignoring them could cost you thousands, while maintaining them often costs less than a single tank of fuel. So, which of these sensors do you think most drivers completely overlook? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe to Care Xpert, and hit the bell so you never miss out on more car-saving secrets. Until next time, drive smart and save big.